there's not a lot of celebrities that I like will freeze up around. I was honestly speechless. Like when I saw when I walked up to him, I was like, this guy's eyes, they're so like paralyzing.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sith Talk. Today we have back on the show Nikki from the NIcki Bricks
Hey,
YouTube channel. How you doing, Nikki?
good. How are you?
I'm good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel and where we can find you at?
I am NIcki Bricks everywhere. I'm on Instagram. I've been really active on Threads recently. I think Threads is pretty cool. And YouTube.
Yeah, so for you guys watching, I'm going to put the link to her channel, her Instagram down in the description. Go follow. She does great content over there. You dropped a couple things recently.
Yeah.
One that I didn't watch yet because we're going to talk about your experience meeting you know who.
Oh yeah.
But I saw you're doing a book thing. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So I just started a book club actually because I have recently gotten really into reading some Star Wars books. I read the Padme Amidala series.
Mm.
I read one of the Halloween, the Death Troopers book. That was like, have you read
Oh,
that?
no, but I heard it's like crazy, right?
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. It's
Oh,
like a stormtrooper zombie thing.
yeah.
It's really sick. Yeah. Highly recommend that. And I decided, like, you know what? This would be like a really fun way for me to engage more with my community. And like, I think a lot of people have been wanting to read more Star Wars books recently. Books in general are just like, getting more popular. And so I thought, why not? Let me just try and do this with some people. And I got a lot of people to join. So yeah, if you're interested, the club is called the Jedi Archives.
Nice.
Oh, I love that name. I think it's so sick.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. And so, yeah, if you go to my channel, the link is there, but we're on Fable, the Jedi Archives. So if you type that in, I'm sure it'll pop up.
that is awesome. The books, there's so many books that I want to read, and like it's crazy because there's so many like amazing stories,
Yeah.
like more than we get today with today's content. There's a way more in books for us to enjoy.
Yeah.
The two that I've read and that I love is Dooku Jedi Lost and then the Plagueis novel. Have
Oh
you
my
read
God.
either one of those yet?
No, those are on my list because a lot of people have recommended them. The ones that I'm like dying to read are the Clone Trooper series. What's it called?
Ooh.
The Commando, Republic Commandos. Yeah, I've
Oh,
got to read that one. It
nice.
sounds so good. Yeah, it takes place during like I think it's just before Order 66. You got a little bit of Clone Wars and then it goes through Order 66 and after.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds really juicy.
Oh, it sounds awesome.
The one I think I want to crack open next is the Bane novel because everyone says that the first book in the Bane trilogy is like mind blowing. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on some Star Wars lore, which is just once you know like all of these stories and like how deep Star Wars lore goes,
Yeah,
it's just mind blowing. It's so cool. So, yep, I'm excited. I've got to read all of those too. Mhm.
that's awesome. That's fun. So part of the reason I wanted to bring you back on was you just went to Fan Expo San Francisco, right?
Yes, I did.
Did you go for all 3 days or did you do 2 days? How long were you there?
No, we just went for Saturday. Fan Expo San Francisco. They have this interesting habit where they do it the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Um, so it was kind of tough this year to do all three
Mm,
days. But we just went for Saturday because that's when all the Star Wars stuff was going on anyway.
yeah.
We're Star Wars people. Like that's the only reason we go. The last day seemed mostly anime stuff. There were a few panels that I do wish that we had gotten around to doing, but we signed up for some photo ops and autographs Saturday that were just super exciting. Like people from everywhere were traveling to come see Grant Gustin. He was there.
Yeah.
As you know, the man Hayden was there. So, yep, it was a good day. It was a really good day.
Nice. So how was the con? But besides the photos and autos that we'll get into in a minute, like how was the convention? Was it packed? Was it busy? I've always wondered, like, how is it like right during a holiday weekend?
Oh, we missed you, man. We wanted to see you there.
I
It would have been so
know.
cool.
I
Yeah,
know.
it was cool though. I did meet up with Bryant, who you also know,
Nice.
so that was
Yeah.
cool to see him. He was there for the same reasons that we were. um, it wasn't that packed, honestly. I was glad
Mm,
to see it. Fan Expo a couple years ago was the first time that we went, and it was kind of a smaller deal. There were not a lot of there were like no Star Wars people there, but we went because it was our we were like, let's just go to a convention. It was our first convention that we went to. And it was lit. And I think that they brought
yeah.
in more Star Wars people this year. So yeah, but it wasn't too busy. Not a lot of Star Wars cosplay, but like the Mandalorian mercenaries were there. So that was sick. Got some
Yeah.
pictures with them. The 501st was there. Droid builders were there. And honestly, that was like the second highlight was talking to those guys because Noah's really big into making armor and things like that.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got to hang out with them for a bit, and that was cool. It's pretty cool talking to people dressed up in some real legit Mandalorian armor. It
Yeah.
looks, it feels like you're in in universe.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
you did photos and autos. Was it anybody else besides Hayden?
Yeah. Noah wanted to meet Grant Gustin from The Flash.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
So he got an autograph from him.
How was that meeting the Flash? Because man, I used to love that show.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was nice because we got there like right at the beginning of his time. I actually think it was a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
And so people were not even lined up yet. And we had like a couple minutes to chat with him, which was like kind of crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I kind of let Noah, that's Noah's favorite superhero, one of them. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what, you take your moment, just chat with this guy. And he was super nice. It was so cool
Yeah.
talking with him. Just told him he was a fan, and yeah, he's a nice guy. Really. Oh, actually, his manager is the same manager as Hayden's, which
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know. Yeah, and so his manager was sitting there next to him, or maybe his publicist. I'm not sure what he was exactly,
Yeah.
but we were dressed up as you saw as Padme and Anakin, Noah
Mhm.
and I, and so Grant Gustin was like looking at our costumes, and he looks at his publicist or manager, and he's like, "Is Hayden here?" And and he was like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Dude, I gotta meet him. Like, I haven't met him yet. Can you get like
Oh.
he asked his guy right there. He's like, could you like pull him aside for a bit, like later?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
That man, I wonder if on like Grant Gustin's Instagram, if he posts like a picture with Hayden. I'm literally about to check
Oh,
right
I
now.
don't follow him. Yeah, I don't
Me
know.
me neither, but I'm just gonna search and see
That's
because
so
that would
funny.
be no, he didn't post anything if he did. But
Ah.
imagine that you see them backstage, you just see Barry Allen and Anakin Skywalker just chopping it up together. Wow.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. So maybe he didn't get the chance. I don't know. Hayden, dude, Hayden was booked solid. The poor guy. He really had like photo ops and autographs just back to back to back to back.
So that's what the next thing I was gonna ask you. Did you just did a photo or did you get an auto from Hayden too?
Excuse me. Yeah, we did both. We did both.
So which did you do first?
I got the photo, and yeah, so funny because you haven't seen the video, so you don't know this story. This is like what the majority of my story was when I posted my I Met Hayden Christensen video. I was like 5-10 minutes late to my photo op.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
which
no.
stressed me out, dude. I was panicked, okay, because I didn't actually read this on my my photo ticket.
Wow.
I know,
The
I
time
know.
slots.
Yeah, they're serious about that shit.
Yeah.
And when the convention opened, we got there like 15 minutes after opening, and I
Mhm.
didn't realize that there was a ticket, like a timestamp for my photo. I thought it was like the autographs because Noah had to do an autograph.
Yeah.
We didn't know when, but you go check in, they give you a time, you come back. So I was like, okay, that's the same deal for me. Nah, no, it's not. So we
Mm-mm.
arrive, and I'm like, you know what? I suddenly have a lot of anxiety about when my photo op is going to be. I wonder why. And I looked at my ticket, and it said 11:30 a.m. And we had pulled into the parking lot at 11:15. and we
Yeah.
hadn't like finished our cosplays, right? Because we weren't going to drive 45
Ooh.
minutes all decked out. We are like, we'll just get ready when we're there. There's going to be some
Yeah.
time. No, there was no time. And so we quickly like got ready. I helped Anakin, or I helped Noah turn into Anakin. And then we start bolting, which was also great because I wanted my photo to come out nice and clean. And here I am running through San Francisco trying to get to my photo op. And so we get to the floor where Hayden's supposed to be. Actually, we went to the wrong floor first. So we went upstairs and then downstairs, upstairs again. And I go to the front of the line just to ask, because people were like, yeah, this is the Hayden photo op. But I still felt like, I'm not going to wait in this line. I'm going to go to the front and like, I just got to talk to somebody in like uniform. And this lady up there was like, what time is your thing? I was like, 11:30, it was 11:30 in that moment, like literally to the dot. So I was like, I'm kind of okay. She was like, go to like the front. You see this line is like for next hour, go to the front of the line. That's like around the corner. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh.
So we start running and I barely made it, dude. Barely made it. Oh, that was stress. That was real stress. But luckily I still looked okay. Still looked like Padme, and Noah, good guy. He helped me fix my hair and and everything. And then I had like 5 minutes after all that chaos to like stand in line. And then I met Hayden.
So when you were standing in line, like, you know how you go in, you put your bags down, and then you kind of like get like the you're like the next couple to go in. When you first locked eyes and saw him, like what was running through your mind your first time seeing him?
There's not a lot of celebrities that I like will freeze up around. And I didn't know if that was going to happen with him, but I was feeling really anxious. Granted, a lot had just happened.
Yeah.
But I was honestly speechless. Like when I walked up to him, I was like, this is what I'm going to say. Like, let me just tell him I'm a big fan, which I did, but I really stuttered it out. You've met Hayden, right?
Yeah.
This guy's eyes, they're so like paralyzing. They really are. And now I know, what was it? George Lucas said that there was something about Hayden's eyes when he met him, that there was just like the dark side in them, right? I so know what he meant. Cause like, I wasn't afraid, but I was like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I did tell him I was a big fan. And I told him like, hey, you basically like, these movies were my childhood. Like, just thank you.
Yeah.
And that's all, you really have time to say anyway. And then I was like, I had the photo from a photo shoot that he did with Natalie Portman. That was the photo I wanted to recreate, which is why I was dressed up as Padme. And so I was like, could we do this photo? And he was like, of course. And so he like immediately he just goes like this. And I'm like, okay, let me slide on under. And so
yes, so classic. Oh man, that is awesome.
Dude, it was crazy. I'm so happy with it.
And that's why I ask everyone, like, what was their experience the first time, like seeing him and then talking to him? Because that was the same thing for me the very, very first time. It's like he just locked eyes with you and like it's like your best friends instantly. It's insane the connection that he makes with you in those 5-10 seconds. It blows my mind. And I've met him now 8 times, and every time,
holy cow, really?
Every time feels like the first time. It's crazy. Every time, like how you felt, I felt like that 8 times. It's insane. It doesn't change.
He's got this magical aura, honestly. Not to sound like a fangirl. That's not what I'm trying to you get it. You met him. It's just like, dude.
Yeah. It's a unique thing. So when you were walking away after you took the photo, like what was running through your mind?
I walked, what did I say? First of all, Noah came up with me when we first walked in. And so he told us, oh, you look awesome, right? Because we're Padme and Anakin. Like, it was cute. And And then you saw this video that like some sort of fan channel was behind us in line, and he actually videoed us talking to Hayden, which is awesome. And he actually looked at Noah's saber. You know, Noah brought with him a replica saber, and Hayden was like, "Oh, dude, that's sick." It was in episode 3.
Yeah.
And so Noah was like, "Oh shit, thanks, man! Like that's so cool."
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, so it was so cool. And afterward, I walked towards Noah after saying goodbye to him, and God, those eyes, freaking crazy. So I walked to Noah, and the first thing Noah says was, "He was perfect. He did it perfect." Like, yes, really? So then I was just thinking about my photo. I was like, did it really go like perfect?
Yeah.
And it did. It rocked. But I thought that was funny because Noah was like, "Don't worry, it was great."
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. It's
Yeah.
crazy you only had to wait 5 minutes, because like a majority of my experiences with Hayden for photo op, you're there for like 30 minutes to an hour, and that's like on the shorter end. It's usually more than that, because you saw how crazy his line gets. He's always overbooked, overpacked. That's crazy though. That's such a cool experience you had there. Wow.
Dude, yeah, it's actually funny that you say that because the autograph, okay, so we had the autograph with him later.
What
Yep,
time was your autograph at?
that's my fault. See, because we were late for the photo, so we couldn't go straight to the check-in station to get our autograph ticket.
Yep.
And so when we finally went, which was right after, which then Noah was panicking, right? He's like, "Now I'm late. Now I'm late for my autograph. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what if they run out?" I'm like, "Dude, we're good. So we run, and we get the autograph ticket, and it was for 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, I guess we're hanging out at the con all day, even though there's not a lot of other Star Wars stuff to do. But all right. And so 4:30 rolls around. We met. Oh wait, actually, in the in between, we met Grant Gustin. Got a few autographs from some Marvel comic artists.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Some like, I'll admit I'm not a big Marvel comics person, so I don't know their names, but like some big Venom artists and things like that Noah was psyched to get. Nice. And we saw Cal Kestis. Oh. We saw, yeah. We saw, what's that guy's name? Who's the One Way Out guy?
Oh, Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Come on. He's Caesar. He's Golem. He's Snoke. This dude is, he's Alfred in one of the Batman movies. This dude is everybody.
He's so cool. It was,
yeah.
And he was right next to someone that we were getting an autograph from.
Okay.
Who the heck was it? I'm missing somebody, but all right. I was mostly, zeroed in on the Star Wars stuff that day.
Yeah.
And so anyway, 4:30 autograph rolls around. We go to line, and they tell us, "Oh, we're about an hour and a half behind schedule."
Yep.
And I was like,
that's regular.
Woo, an hour and a half. Okay. So we end up hanging around for about an hour and a half, starving to death, so hungry. Ooh. Definitely got a little bit of a headache thing going on. And then they were like, "You know what, guys? Like, this line's getting a little bit out of control. So would you mind moving into this convention hall? We're just going to have all of you guys waiting here." And I'm like, "Great. Let's go into a stuffy room, all of us. This is going to be fine." And so all, 200 of us go into this small convention hall with no chairs. And I'm wearing a white, the white arena suit. So I'm not going to sit on the dirty ground. So I'm standing around for like 2 hours. And then the lady comes back in. She's like, "Guys, I know you've been waiting for so long. Sorry to tell you, but we're still really backed up. It's probably going to be like another hour." I'm like, "Okay, fine, that's fine, whatever." I'll be honest, as brutal as it was, hour came and went really fast. And we ended up finally being called into line to meet Hayden and get the autograph like 4 hours after our ticket.
Like 8:30?
Yes, 8:30, which was just Oh my God, it was kind of rough, man. I'm not going to lie. We had no food. We were tired. Everybody in that hall was getting grumpy. And honestly, Noah and I were talking. We're like, I feel bad for Hayden too. Like, if we're tired, imagine what it feels like to have to smile for thousands of pictures all day long and like go straight from photo op to autograph, because that's what his schedule was. It was just flipping and flopping. And I don't know. I really felt for the guy in that moment because I was like, if I'm tired, he must be just totally drained. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I told Noah, thank God my photo op was first thing in the morning because he was on his game.
He was fresh.
Awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fresh. And so both of us were like, we're not going to expect much, when we meet him. Like, that's okay. Dude's had a long day. And so autograph time rolls around. We finally are in line. We make our way to the front. And, we see Hayden as we're like nearing the front. And he was fresh as a daisy. He was smiling at everyone. He was saying hello. He was complimenting people's outfits. He literally looked exactly like he did first thing in the morning.
Yes.
He was such a good sport for all of us there to see him. And he just looked so genuinely happy. It was so cool.
Yeah. So what'd you guys get autographed?
He had... Oh! I meant to grab this. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
So, a few months back, this is the last time you and I got to talk, right?
Yeah.
Noah and I went to go to the Rebuild the Galaxy premiere in Hollywood. And by total coincidence, Ewan McGregor was getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And it was just like that same morning as a premiere. So we were in town and we're like, should we just try and go? Like, that's only going to happen once.
Yeah.
And we met Ewan and we got his autograph.
Oh, that looks so good. Both of them on there.
Yep. Trying to get it to focus. Yeah.
Wow.
Come on.
There you go.
There it is. Yep. So we got Obi-Wan and Vader on a Lego briquettes.
That is so cool. What did he say when you gave that to him? And did he notice Ewan's signature on there?
So, excuse me. So yeah, we walked up, we said hey to him again, and I honestly, I don't know if he remembered us from earlier that morning, which is okay. Dude had seen like probably at least 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But he did tell us again, like, oh, you guys look great. You look awesome. And Noah handed him the brickheads. He was like, oh, that's sick. I don't think he signed a lot of Lego that day, so I'm sure it was a memorable one at the very least. And we asked him to use the red because we thought that would look really cool over Vader.
Yeah.
And Noah just, I had my photo op. I had my chance to talk to Hayden, so I let Noah like have his moment, right?
Yeah.
And he was like telling him like, oh, dude, you're awesome. Like, you're an amazing Anakin, the best Anakin that, ever could have been. And it was just so cool. It was zippy. You know how these things go, right? You only have like a minute to talk to them. But I do think he got a kick out of the fact that we were asking him to sign a Lego.
Yeah. That's so cool, man. But yeah, that was one thing I wanted to ask you was like, how long did you wait? Because it's notorious where you're there for so long. The con that I just went to, I got super lucky. I was the finesse king at this convention. Yeah. And my buddy that was also there, I didn't get to run into him, but I know his photo op was at 2:30 or at 3, or his autograph was at 3. He started to line up at 2 just to get there a little early. He didn't get his auto till 8. That's how backed up Hayden's line was. He's
so overbooked. I get it. They're trying to like give everyone a shot, which I can definitely appreciate. I also think that from what I could tell, and I mean, you can vouch for this too, he does take his time as much as he can get, right?
Yeah.
Like talking to someone. And if you've got something to say to him, he's not gonna push you along.
Yeah.
So that's why he gets so backed up. It's just because everyone's, getting their chance to talk and he wants to communicate back.
He does, and I think part of the reason he stays fresh is because he only does these cons for 1 day. Like all these other people that are there, they're there the whole time, right? He's just in and out. He's there for 1 day and then he's off for weeks, and then he comes to
Yeah.
another con. So he does that a lot for most conventions. It's just 1 day,
Yeah.
and everyone squeezes in. But at GalaxyCon, so Saturday was my auto and photo.
Yes.
So I got
So sick.
there. Yeah, I got there at like 8:50. The con didn't open till 10. But my buddy that was there the day before told me that with his press pass, they let him in early, which I don't think they're supposed to. So I tried it. So I went to a door where there was two like temp workers that didn't seem like they knew what they were knew
Oh
the
no.
rules.
Yeah. I
And
used
I
to do that. We don't know what we're doing. We're
and
just
and
like,
and
okay.
and I said it with confidence, like, "Hey, I'm here from press. I'm gonna record a little bit of the floor, and then I'm gonna record everybody as they come in." And like they were both kind of confused, and they're like, "Okay," and they let me go
That's
in.
smart.
So I mean, I wasn't lying. I did record a little bit of the floor and this and that. So I got in at 8:50. It didn't open till 10, and I went by where the autograph area was, and there was a table that was set up, and it wasn't there the day before, and there was a dude waiting, and it was like for Hayden, and I was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "This is where they scan your QR code and they give you a time ticket for the autograph." And I was like, "I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here. I'm right behind you."
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what time the autos were. Like we had no idea. So come to find out, the autos were right at 10. He got there right at 10. So literally, we were 1 and 2 to get in. So I waited less than 5 minutes, which was that's never happened in the history of
Dude.
Hayden. But right when the con opened at 10, and in my vlog for day 2, you could see it. When it opened up to the public, everybody was running to the
Yeah.
Hayden redemption,
Oh, I've
and
got to watch that.
and
Yeah.
then when I got out, the line wrapped around the whole building almost inside just to redeem your autograph ticket. So we go in, and the dude in front of me's first, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm gonna be basically the second person Hayden sees, and like I've met him a few times, and he's remembered me a couple times, so I kind of knew he was gonna remember me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so in Chicago, he recognized me and remembered me, which blew my mind. And then I saw him the next week at Tampa, and we talked even more. So when I walked up, like his eyes lit up, like he's seen an old friend, and it's such a crazy feeling to see
Oh,
him light up when he sees you. Like it's
dude.
that was crazy. So I was like, "Hey man, how you doing? Good seeing you." Blah 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 blah. So I gave him this card. So he signed this Topps Galaxy card,
So cool.
and as he's signing it, he goes, and when he said this, I kind of like was in shock, kind of froze. He was like, "Hey man, I found out that what's the," and he was talking about my YouTube channel, and I
Get
was
out, dude.
and I was like, "Yeah, Star Wars Sith." He's like, "Yeah, man, I found out that was you." And that blew my mind. I didn't know what to do or what to say. I had questions I was gonna ask him. I had a little card I was gonna gift him, but like it caught me off guard that he said, "Hey, I found out that you're Star Wars Sith." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" And to be fair, when he came to Tampa, I did give him my celebration pin, stickers, and card for my channel. So maybe he scanned that, or maybe he randomly found me somehow. I don't know. I didn't get to ask, but like I was like, "Oh my God, yes, that's me." And like I really didn't say much else after. I was like, "All right, man, thank you. I'll see you at the photo op." And I kind of left. And like now that I think of it, I felt like he wanted to talk to me more, but I kind of was like, "Oh, okay, thanks, bye." Like
Okay.
it was
Meet him
crazy.
again. Dude, legendary. That's so, oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh, it gets crazier. And like I didn't think it, like my last 3 experiences with Hayden have gone just from crazy to crazy to crazy. It blows my mind. So photo op was at 6. So got there like 5:30ish, and I finessed my way in again, because I guess with press, for some reason at this con, they let you get in the VIP line with press. And every other convention, press just gets you in. It doesn't give you any benefits, nothing like that. So I got to go into the VIP line for the photo op. So I didn't wait long at all. So I get in, and I have both of the books in my hand because I want to do the photo op where we're reading the books, right? So
So good.
I'm next in line. The person finishes and goes. I go over. I'm like, hey man. It's like, hey man, how you doing? Good seeing you. And before I could say anything, yo, before I could say anything, he stood in front of me. We're like face to face, and he just starts having a mini convo with me. And like the photo people are like, stand over there, like this and that. I'm ignoring them. I'm like, bro, Anakin's talking to me. We're standing face to face. He's like, hey man, so your YouTube channel, you got a pretty popular channel, huh? And
Holy.
I was like, yeah, it's going pretty well, thanks. He's like, yeah, man, good for you, good for you. And like I was just like frozen that he said to me, like, hey man, you got a pretty popular YouTube channel, I see, which means that he like
He's
not
been to your channel. Oh my
yeah,
god.
he had to have at least scrolled through it, maybe click some of it for him to have that
Maybe
opinion.
subscribe.
Maybe he subscribed, like, and like now, next time I see him, I'm drilling him with questions. Did you subscribe? What did you watch? How did you find? I'm gonna ask him so many questions now because I'm curious. But like when he said that, I was like, bro, Anakin just said that I have a popular YouTube channel. Like, what? So then I gave him the book, and I'm like, all right, you're gonna read the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. I'm gonna read Revenge of the Sith. It came out
It's the
perfect,
best.
and
It's the
like
best.
he looks so evil there reading it too. And somebody commented on it that it looks like he's growing out his hair a little bit, eh? Like, is he preparing for Ahsoka season
Ooh.
2? Like his hair's kind of long. It hasn't been that long in a bit. I don't think if you look at all the con pictures from throughout the
Mine,
year.
when I met him, his hair was short.
Yeah, like
I mean,
look how long that is in the back. Like, is he starting to let it grow? Because supposedly in April, in 4 or 5
yeah.
months, they're going to start filming Ahsoka. Are we getting more flashback Hayden on Peridia?
Dude.
So he gave me back the book. I was like, man, it was so good seeing you, man. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Give him like a little half hug. It
Hell
was
yeah.
insane. But like the fact that he brought up my channel twice in one day is mind blowing.
Dude. No, it is. That's wild. He went to your channel. He scrolled through. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I wonder, I know he's familiar with some creators, right? Like didn't he hang out
He
a little
knows
bit
theory,
with
yeah.
Star Wars
He
Theory?
knows theory,
Yeah.
so I don't know if maybe since if he subscribed to theory, maybe some of my stuff got recommended, or maybe he saw my
Yeah.
podcast that I did with theory because I did have theory on an episode of Sith Talk, so maybe
Yes.
he saw that. I don't know, but now that I know that he knows, next time I see him, right away, hey man, so like, what'd you see on my channel? But I'm gonna
She
go in
give
and
him she give him one of your hats.
oh, I
Yeah.
should bring a brand new one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. So, I'm gonna ask him, and I'm not gonna move until he's like, "All right, man, have a good one." Until he like finishes the convo, I'm just gonna
Yes.
stay there. I'm not walking off because like I both times I felt like he just wanted to talk more, but you know how busy it is and how crazy. But the fact that he just before I could say anything was like, "Hey, man, so you got a popular channel, huh?" Like right away he wanted to talk about it. It just was unreal how like kind this man is, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I'm hyped for you. That's literally insane.
it
That's the
is.
craziest thing ever.
It is.
Seriously. That's
It
so cool.
it really is. So now I got to see. Hopefully he comes to MegaCon in February.
Yeah.
He did MegaCon the last 2 years. If he does, right away going back for another auto, and I might bring. I just got the steelbook of Ahsoka that just released. So I
Oh,
might have
sick.
him sign. I kind of want to get the whole cast to sign the cover
Yeah.
of that steelbook. So I
Yeah.
might have Hayden start it off, and then that'll be a fun piece just to bring to cons and have like Rosario sign it, Shin, Sabine, Ezra, Morgan, like all of them sign it. So
Totally. Hmm. Yeah.
craziness.
I will say, like Noah asked me, would you want to do another photo op with him or like get an autograph? Because you've met him now, you know? 100% yes.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
if anything, this is more encouraging. I'm going to take every opportunity now because I just really liked, first of all, I want a second shot to like be a little more chill
Yeah,
now that I
yeah.
know not to get paralyzed by the eyes a little bit. Be
Yeah,
like, dude, you're awesome. Like seriously, like thank you in a more chill capacity. Like thank you for everything that you did. Thank you for taking the time to do this for your fans now. It's so special. It's
Yeah,
so special. And it makes me excited for him just how happy he looks doing them too, right? Like fact
he
that
does.
he was fresh as a daisy all day long on a really exhausting day. He was just genuine. You can only do that if you're having a good time.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
exactly. And yeah, that's what I tell people because like at first I never really did photos and autos, especially with the pricing. Dude is not cheap. Dude is not cheap at all.
No.
But, like, once you do it and experience it, it's worth every penny, and, like, even waiting, like, in Chicago, I think I had to wait 4 hours for the autograph. It was so backed up, but once you get in there, you forget about all that right away. It
Mm,
it all pays off once you shake hands, lock eyes, have that convo.
yeah.
It's priceless, man, especially while they're still here. Because like, I didn't start doing photos and autos until, like, 2022, and, like, before that I regretted it because like, Carrie Fisher passed away, Stan Lee passed away,
Did she
so
ever do them?
all the time. I know I know
Really?
people that got autographs from her, like, 50 bucks, 60 bucks cheap.
Holy cow!
My
Oh man, that hurts.
my buddy met her at, Orlando Celebration 2017 and got an autograph and got to talk with Carrie and, like,
That would be a
yeah,
dream.
man, it would've been a dream, so I don't take it for granted now. Even recently, I went to ICCC and Billy D. Williams was there. Dude is like 87, but he's 300 for an auto. And I'm like, yo, that's expensive. But the week before we went, James Earl Jones passed away. And now it's like, now I can never meet him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it for granted. I'm gonna meet Lando. And it was worth it. Like I paid the money, but like, yo, when I walked into the room and you hear him talking to people, all you hear is Lando. All you
I
hear is
bet.
what have we here?
Oh
So
my
it
god.
was it was so cool just to talk to him and hear his voice. Like, yeah, I'm glad that I got to do it for sure.
Yeah. The one that I was thinking about because I just started rewatching The Mandalorian, and
Mhm.
I'm real bummed about Carl Weathers, man. That
Yeah.
that that actually hurts. Like
It
I know
does.
he was already a legend, but he's a legend in Star Wars already. Dude
Yeah.
was amazing. He
Yeah.
was. It sucks. I
I
would have
know.
loved to have met him. Because
That
he's one of those characters too, right? You just hear him go,
I
Mando!
know.
Yeah!
Yes. 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 Oh, damn it, I miss him.
I know.
Yeah, so that's why all these cons that if I go to it, I'm not taking it for granted. I'm gonna just pull up and meet them, especially if they like meant something to me, like in my childhood and stuff. Like Hayden, I grew up going to the movie theaters, watching Attack of the Clones, watching Revenge of the Sith, watching Jumper when Jumper was in theater, all that
Ah!
stuff I grew up on.
Yeah.
And and then like him coming back for Kenobi was special. Him and Ahsoka was amazing, was mind blowing. So yeah, like, if he's at a con and I'm there, now that, like, we kinda know each other, like, he knows my
Ah,
existence,
dude!
now
Crazy.
now it's because like, after Chicago, when I did the dual photo with him and Luke, I was probably would have never did another auto or photo with him because I already had by that would have been my 4th one, so it's like, I met him enough, like, that's cool, but then,
Mhm.
like, he recognized me, it's like, man, now I'm like, every time, I gotta pull up.
So who have you not met? Who's on your list?
Well, I I need to meet Anthony Daniels. Dude is super
Oh,
old.
yeah,
C3PO. He still does a
yeah,
lot of shows, so I gotta knock him out. I've gotten a majority of the ones that I want. Like I've got uh Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. So I got my Back to the Future guys. Those guys are super old and they're still
yeah.
doing conventions. I got Hayden, I got Ewan, I got Sam Witwer. I got both Boba Fett's, Daniel Logan, Tamora Morrison.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know. Like now it's kind of like for Japan, Doug Chang is doing autos and photos. So I'm gonna meet Doug Chang, which is
Ooh,
crazy.
that's sick.
And I'm hoping because she just did Fan Expo Boston, Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm hoping Bryce Dallas Howard.
Same.
Oh, because when I saw she did Boston, I was so pissed because she got announced last minute. So I couldn't finesse a trip over there out of nowhere. But if she pulls up to Celebration, yo, she's awesome. She's Gwen
Yeah.
Stacy. Jurassic World, directing Mando episodes. Like, she's just an awesome individual.
She is one of the best things to have happened to new Star Wars. I
And
admire her so freaking much. I hope she sticks around. I hope that she gets her own show to direct, like beginning to
yes,
end. She's killing it and she loves it. She knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing.
yeah,
She's passionate about the project. I want more Bryce Dallas Howard.
me
I
too.
do.
Me too.
Mhm.
So if she pulls up to Celebration Japan, oh, 100% photo and auto just to get to talk to her. Oh, and Rosario, like I've loved Rosario
Yeah.
since Clerks, since she was in the Clerks movie, since she was in all the Daredevil and Netflix Marvel shows, and of course as Ahsoka. So I've been a huge Rosario fan. I need to meet her. So she'll probably be a Celebration.
Does Dave ever do anything?
Nah, this
He
so
doesn't, does he?
this dude, he doesn't do that, but like I've kind of ran into him or been like 10 feet away from him a couple times. Like at Celebration Anaheim, he was in the gift shop, the Celebration store on VIP night shopping, and we seen him and John Fav like walk by, like, oh my God. And
Oh,
no, that was London. In Anaheim, we went to Star Wars night at Galaxy's Edge, and I'm sitting on a curb just chilling, and I look up and Dave and John walk right in front of me. And I was like, I was like flustered to pick up my stuff to try to get my phone out to try to get a quick picture,
oh yeah.
but I wasn't quick enough. My boy was. He was able to run up and get a quick picture. So like you those
Nice.
guys are always at Celebration, so there's a slim chance you'll randomly run into them. But nah, that man's too busy to sit there for photos and all those. I feel like
That's fair.
I feel like he would chop it up, like, and his line would take forever because Dave would just talk, and that would be cool.
Because you'd have all the real ones wanting to talk to Dave,
Oh
right? Right. You
yeah,
have people who are like, they know their shit. And they're like,
yeah,
Dave, I gotta talk to you about this thing you did, man. Like this old woman, where'd you get
yeah.
that idea? Like, thank you for executing it. And yeah, for sure. Nah, I agree. He would he'd have a long line and he'd get overbooked too. That'd
Oh,
be fun.
oh my God. And he's also the voice of Chopper in Rebels. So like
Yeah,
y- yeah, so like for my Rebels poster, technically I would need him to sign this to get everyone's autograph.
dude, that's a sick poster.
Yeah, so ICCC a couple years ago, I got Hera, Zeb, Ezra, and Sabine all in 30 minutes to sign this bad
Oh
boy.
my god, I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, it was so
That's
cool.
so cool.
But like technically that'll never get finished because I would need Dave to sign it as Chopper. But he's a busy man. But who's next on your list to meet?
I don't know. See, here's my problem, right? I'm at the beginning because the only one I've met is Hayden. So I'm like,
Oh,
who do I choose? I guess it's whoever I have the closest proximity to. Like whoever's coming to Fan Expo next.
hmm,
Although we are planning on moving to SoCal next year, so I think that increases accessibility to everyone because of just like Comic Con
yeah, yeah.
and I plan on going to the next Star Wars celebration. I don't know. I really want to meet Tem. I really want to meet Boba Fett.
Oh, he is such a
Jango
vibe.
Fett. Yeah. He
He
just seems
is.
like a good like converser.
Yeah, he is. I met him photo op at Anaheim Celebration 2022. He is amazing. He has so much
Yeah.
energy in that
Yeah.
10 seconds. Like, oh, he's like a cool uncle at like a family reunion that you love
He
to
gives
see.
that vibe. No, he
He's
does. I feel like you walk up and you feel like you know him.
he's 100% that. I'm trying to think who oh, so like I love Marvel too, so I'm dying to meet Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda.
I
Oh, I
love
would
her. Yes.
love to. She's just beautiful, and Wanda is such a badass savage. I would
Yeah.
love to meet her, like Chris Evans. Like, who wouldn't want to meet Captain freaking America?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, Loki, was at MegaCon, but like I couldn't do it. He got announced late, and I already had the Hayden and Ewan dual photo. I had Marty McFly autograph. I had Doc Brown autograph. Like my money was gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But Tom
That's a
Hiddleston
lot of
is
money
another
in
one.
one day.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. So I guess we'll see who else comes to MegaCon. But me being in Florida,
Ooh,
I'm spoiled
yeah.
with cons out here.
Yeah. I really want to meet D. Bradley Baker. I had the pleasure of being in the same room with him a few times, but I did
Oh
not get to
yeah,
talk to
you did.
him.
Yeah, you were this close. This
Yes, I
close.
was so close. If he didn't look so tired,
Yeah.
I would have. But I was like, no, I can sense that now's not the time. Which is the right thing to do, right?
No,
Like
of course, of
if
course.
you read it in the face, just don't. So
I
I'd love to talk to him sometime.
I'm dying to meet him because I just got this in yesterday because I want to have him sign this card. So I
Yeah.
got this card. It's my favorite clone out of all the clones.
Ooh.
99.
That's right. I remember you
Yes.
said this.
So I'm gonna have him sign that, and it's gonna be interesting to see his reaction because I don't think anybody brings him anything 99. It's all Rex, Cody, Bad Batch, this and that. When I
Yeah.
pull up and I'm like, "This is my favorite clone. Can you sign this?" He's gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah.
That's gonna
So
be so awesome.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I'd like to meet Ashley too. I'm
She's on my list too.
Yeah, I'm a her universe like ambassador. So like I'm part of
Oh,
her little clothing
yeah,
brand, which is awesome. This is a her universe shirt. Um
nice,
but I haven't gotten to meet her yet. I'd really like to. So I've met Ming Na Wen. I met Fan
nice.
Shand. I met Ewan at the signing, but he kind of just met my hand because I stuck it through a crowd of
Yeah,
people. We
shaking
didn't
the
really
Legos.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hayden. So those are my. Oh wait. Hold on. Jar Jar Binks. I met.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Um and
Sam Witwer.
thank you. I was trying to remember his name. Sam Witwer.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
That's a
It
good list. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's pretty
oh,
solid.
it's solid.
Yeah.
If you're can ever do the dual photo op with Hayden and Ewan, if that is at
Yeah.
a con, don't
Do it.
do not hesitate on the price. Just do it because like I've done it twice and you have no idea how insane like it's already crazy walking up to Hayden, but
Yeah.
walking up to both of them standing there looking at you
Shit.
smiling, it's
Dude.
it's oh, I'm looking at the picture right now. It gives me the biggest smile ever. It's insane. If you
You've
could
got some great meet and greet photos. You do.
thank you. I've
Mhm.
yeah, thank you. I've only done it over the past 2 years. I've only started in 2022. I just got lucky and like with a lot of these cons, a lot of the reason I'm going is just because I've been getting in free lately. Like Chicago Fan Expo, I applied for press, got in free, got the Luke and Hayden. GalaxyCon, I wasn't gonna go. I
Yeah.
literally a week before I saw that you could apply for press. So I was like, let me just do it for shits and giggles. I applied on a Sunday. Monday, I got approved. I've never gotten a turnaround like that at all. So I was like, I guess I gotta go see Hayden. And I'm so glad that it worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on making a video soon. Well, to drop on New Year's Day, like my plans for 2025, because there's a bunch of cons that I'm gonna be going to. So it should be another fun year of just
Nice.
meeting all these people. Because like life's too short. I'm just gonna take advantage. Even like Shin, when I met her, yo, I mean, she's beautiful, gorgeous, but in person, she's like 10 times more. It's insane. It makes no sense. But she is the nicest, sweetest person, and she takes her time with everyone. She is like a female Hayden. Like how you felt with Hayden and like that
Yeah.
connection and stuff. That's how she is. She is so nice. And like I'll probably meet her again, whatever convention she's at. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to meet her too. Just because of the experiences that you've like laid out with her, it sounds like she's a great person in universe to meet. I feel like I'm missing some. I mean, obviously I'd love to meet Mark Hamill, but I don't
oh
know.
yeah.
I don't know what my odds are there, to be honest
So
with you.
it's if by some miracle he announces another con next
Yeah.
year, you can't think about it. Like
Just do
so
it.
when he did last year, he did Fan Expo San Francisco. Before that,
Yeah.
he hadn't done a con since 2017. So that's already 6 years of him not doing nothing. So when he got announced for this year, I was in a movie. I was in the movie theater and I happened to see a notification and right away I booked a hotel. I bought tickets to the con like because I knew that this is rare. Mark is old and he doesn't do cons. This might be the last time. And it worked out. But like next year, I'm telling you, if he does, do not hesitate. You book and you figure out the financials later, because it's like a rare thing. A rare thing.
I think you're right. I do. I probably will, because I don't know, man.
It's look that, and that was
I
crazy.
yeah.
It was so quick, but like I know for the photo when I walked up to him, I was wearing this tee from Astro T, and it was just a giant Luke head from Empire. And when I walked up, Mark was like, "Wow, I've never seen that tee. That's so cool." Like he was shocked.
Aw,
And
he's so
I was like,
nice.
"Oh my god, he likes my shirt. That's crazy." And then like I did the dual photo with him and Hayden, which was insane. Like walking up and seeing Luke and Anakin sitting next to each other, it's not real.
That's one of
And
the coolest photo ops that like anyone could have gotten. And
yeah,
I don't, is that the only time they've done that?
only they limited it to 500 photo ops, and that's the only time ever. The only time ever
Damn.
they've been at a con together, and the chances of that happening are slim to none. Now, it would be nuts if Mark did randomly do a con next year, and if Hayden happened to be there, they would do it again.
Yeah, that's fair. Probably. I would hope so. Yeah.
And I would probably do it again, and I would take that picture and put it on a shirt
Yeah.
because it's just that's crazy. It was such a crazy experience walking up to those two, and then when I walked out, because like I did it, Ricky did it, my boy Jose did it, my boy Paul was there, my boy Joseph was there. So literally all five of us came out, and we're all just there like in a circle looking at the picture, and it was just such a crazy experience that we all just had. And even Josiah was there too. There was a bunch of us there,
That's cool.
and it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
next year I'm excited to see who I run into at all these cons. But I feel like even if I don't get to see people, I feel like complete right now that it's not that big of a deal to me, unless it's like a Mark Hamill. Like if they're like, oh yeah, Natalie Portman's doing this show over here. Oh, I'm gone. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Isn't
I'm
that just like the
gone.
dream?
Like
Yeah.
Natalie Portman or Sam Jackson. I do not care what country it is. I'm going.
I I don't think Natalie will ever do one. I hate to say it. I want her. She's everything I wanted to be when I was little. Like she was my Cinderella.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
Aw.
So I would die to get to meet her. It would be like the dream.
The only like I think there is like a 2% chance that she could do Japan Celebration, but I don't think she would do photos and autos. I could see her doing Japan just for like a Revenge of the Sith panel and her and Hayden on stage talking about it. But
Yeah.
if she were to do photos and autos, oh, I would right away. Right
Okay.
away.
Okay. Question. Why has she not been in anything that Star Wars has come out with recently?
Yo, you know what? That's crazy. And like I I always said that for Ahsoka season 2, if they do the Abeloth thing, they could have like her look like the mother, because that would be crazy. Or what they should do is give us flashbacks in Ahsoka season 2, like they already did. Imagine getting a flashback with Hayden and Natalie and like
Yeah.
young Snips being there and
Yes.
Ewan being there. How emotional and crazy that scene would be to
I
see
want it
Natalie
so bad.
as Padme. I like everybody would cry. That would be everybody's thumbnail the next day after the episode. It would be such a big deal if she was just there for an episode, for a sequence. It would mean so much. And like Hayden did it, Ewan did it, Tem's back. Like, oh, even Mark
So
came back in
so
Mando.
what is it? Is it a money thing? Because
They,
that I
I
can
don't know.
understand.
I don't.
Is it?
Oh, and I've clipped it out. She was on 2 different like late night shows. Twice she
She
said she
said
would
she
come
would come
back.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So
okay, where is she?
I don't know why they don't, man. If I ever run into Filoni, I should be like, bro, why don't you bring Natalie back? She
Yeah.
wants to come back. And Sam Jackson too. Samuel Jackson is 2 or 3 times he's been on shows, and he's like, Mace isn't dead. I'm ready to come back, bro. Bring him back.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, he did. I mean, he got to do Tales of the Jedi.
Was that Samuel
No.
Jack? No, they used his voice in Clone Wars season 7, that episode, but they ripped it from Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was yeah,
Damn.
cuz when they do when their Order 66 is happening, you hear Hayden's voice, you hear Ian McDermott's voice, and you hear Samuel L. Jackson's voice. It's the scene from Revenge of the Sith where Mace is about to kill
Mm.
Palps, and Hayden's like, "Don't do it, I need him." It's the
Oh,
audio
wow.
from the movie, yeah. So,
Have you read his book, the Mace Windu book?
no, is that what you're reading next?
No, that was one of our 2
First?
options, but nobody voted for it.
Oh,
I
really?
don't blame them. I mean, everyone wants to read The Living Force, which I've heard is like one of the best Star Wars books ever, and it's brand new, so I'm hyped to read it.
Nice.
But
Nice.
the Mace Windu book is called The Glass Abyss, and
Yeah.
apparently it like really you really get to know him. And so I'm excited for some good source material on him, because so far, obviously, don't love the guy, but I do love to see the character. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah. But another one that would be crazy, but he won't do it. Like Liam Neeson, man. I'd love to meet Qui-Gon.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That would
Yeah.
be wild.
That'd be another dream. Oh god. Imagine a dual photo op with Liam and Ewan, Obi-Wan and
Can't.
Qui-Gon. That Oh wow. No, but like my dream photo op is Natalie and Hayden. Just walking up to Anakin and Padme. I
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that
And
would be crazy.
I'd have to think of a funny pose. Like I'd want to, like, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah,
that would be insane.
I don't know. Is there
I mean, Harrison Ford would be a dream, but that grumpy old man doesn't like leaving his house. So
Dude, I was gonna say it would be awesome, but I'm almost like 80% confident that the interaction would not go the way that it would in my head.
yeah, but I kind of would like that though. I would like for Harrison Ford to be rude to me. It'd be cool because that's just who he is. Like,
It's so real.
yeah, like, yeah. So
Yeah,
like I wouldn't mind if he was grumpy and like a dick to me. I'd be like, okay, like that's who you are. Like, thank you, Han Solo, Indiana Jones. I love you.
for sure.
You're my childhood. But yeah,
Yeah,
that would never happen. That'd be wild
that's
though.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. Liam Neeson, though, you got me thinking about, because I don't know if has he done cons way
Nope.
back when?
Never.
Dang.
Never.
He's getting older too. I hate to say it, but like,
Yeah, he
when was
is.
the last
No.
time he did a movie or anything?
But I feel like he's in tons of random movies. Like, I feel like there's always a
See?
brand new Netflix movie, and
Oh,
it's the same thing. Like, it's like a different version of Taken. He's saving someone. Every single movie is the same thing. Liam Neeson movie.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
You're
but nothing like major on the big screen. It's all been like Netflix or like Amazon movies that he has like a ton, but it all feels like the same movie.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And now there's like the possibility of like the Skeleton Crew kids and Jude Law.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting,
Yeah,
right?
I think they're all gonna pull up. I bet you they'll all pull up to Celebration. Um, I definitely want a photo and autograph from this guy, Neil.
He's so good. I love KB. Dude,
KB,
he's sick.
KB is awesome too. Yeah. How have you been liking the 3 episodes so far?
I love them. I'm a little surprised. I am, but I'm so excited. I really love the show so far. Like,
Yeah,
and there's been such little like backlash on it.
I know.
Everybody's
It's
pretty
nice.
excited. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really refreshing. It's so weird.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I'm loving it. Everyone seems hyped. I think that the opening sequence in that first episode, that really just got people. Everything. Cause it starts with like the pirate thing. That
yeah,
was graphic.
yeah,
That was really brutal. It kind of had
yeah,
some Rogue One vibe,
yeah.
going on.
It
And
did.
then even though it pivoted into like the kids and like their very interesting oppressed world, starting with like the kids having that imaginary lightsaber battle, that was just they nailed it. Honestly, that first
Yeah,
episode,
yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I feel like I heard the third episode was slower
You didn't
and
watch it yet?
No, I did. I heard the third
Oh,
episode was slower and not as good as the first two, but I really enjoyed it. And then I heard episode 4 is like insane.
what? So
Yes.
I think I enjoyed the third episode the most out of all of
I
them.
loved it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a blast last night with that one. Um,
Same.
I'm really looking forward because like I'm super intrigued to see what the hell is going on with that add-in because it reminds me of the Truman Show. Like it's a fake place, somebody's behind the
Mhm.
scenes running it. And then the whole Old Republic tie-in and how there was 9 planets, but 8 of them are gone, and Addin's the only one left. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to the other ones? Why is this hidden? Why does nobody know about it? I'm really interested to see where it goes. It's
Me
fun.
too. Me
It's super
too.
fun.
Do you know like the cuz I don't like looking up spoilers for Star Wars anymore. I used to because I was just so invested and I just wanted all the info that I could get.
Yeah.
But I think it resulted in me liking or getting like not having that surprise factor for
Yeah.
Mando.
Mhm.
I kind of knew what was going to happen, and it made it way less impactful
Yeah.
because of that. And so now I don't look up spoilers, which I want to, but I think that's why I'm enjoying Skeleton Crew more because I don't have any idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, no, I like
No.
I don't even think there's spoilers like out there. Nobody really knows what's gonna happen, what's gonna go on.
Okay.
The one thing that if we don't get it, I'm kind of gonna be like, man, this was a huge missed opportunity. Not that there has to be cameos, but like it's a pirate show. If they don't bring in Hondo Anako,
Hondo. Okay. Apparently, his ship
is it in the
was in last night's episode.
yeah,
I didn't see it.
supposedly it was at the port, but I don't think it's not necessarily his ship. It's the
Okay.
ship that he uses at Galaxy's Edge on Smuggler's Run. So it's just like that generic
Ah,
style of freighter or whatever it is. So it's not like, oh, that's Hondo specific ship with his name or
I
whatever.
see.
It's just the same ship that we see him last in on Smuggler's Run. But
Okay.
like it would make sense. Like there's pirates, there's treasure, Hondo. It'd be a huge loss.
I'm excited because I think he's gonna make an appearance. I really do.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm interested. Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of similarities. I made a video about this that went up yesterday. I see
Mhm.
a lot of similarities between the Skeleton Crew and the Rebels crew.
Oh,
And
I didn't get to watch that video yet.
yeah,
Yeah, so but when you put when read the title and saw the thumbnail, I'm like, "Man, okay, I could see it. I could see it for sure."
after last night's episode, people on like Threads and probably X were saying like this is so Rebels coded, and I'm like, yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I was really thinking that after the first 2 episodes, and I see a lot of similarities between like Ezra and Lothal and the kids in this planet, and like trying to
Yeah.
protect it. And I kind of think it's even going to end in a similar way, where these kids either decide we can't go back to Adadin because it's either gonna like give away their location and we need to
Mhm.
protect it, or they just can't find it. Like that's a possibility. And I
Yeah.
think they'll go off into hyperspace and then that's gonna be the end of it, just like in Rebels when Ezra goes off with Thrawn. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm super interested to see where it goes. It's fun though, and like I didn't watch a
Yeah.
lot of the trailers or interviews before. I
Me
kind of wanted to
neither.
go in blind with no expectation, and it's working. So definitely having a blast, and I can't
Yeah.
wait for more.
Me
Yeah,
too. Me too. I seriously can't. Do you know how many episodes it's supposed to be?
it's 8. It's 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, so after next week we'll be halfway through.
Oh, it hurts. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll get confirmed for a second season. And I think it's going to be like a 2 season thing.
Yeah, the one interview I did watch afterwards was that they have ideas for a second season and it's gonna be a time jump. That way the show will make sense
Yeah.
to the kids' age. So like the kids are gonna
Yeah.
be 3, 4 years older, the time jump's gonna be 3, 4 years. That way it'll make sense and you would grow with the kids. Not like Stranger Things where one season they're little and then season 2 they're mad big out of nowhere. This is gonna be a time jump that scales with the kids.
That's
So,
cool. Yeah. I was
yeah.
looking at the promo photos because I followed all these kids instantly. I was like, all right, you guys are rock stars. followed them
Yeah.
all on Instagram. And I was like, wait, you guys actually already look a little bigger. Like your
Yeah.
jaw lines are more formed and everything.
Yeah.
So it's happening fast.
Yep, for sure. So that's pretty much everything I have. What do you have coming up next on your channel that the people could look forward to?
Ooh, I just filmed a video. I made a for anyone who's a fan of Rebuild the Galaxy, because I obviously am. It's a really fun, like, kind of alternate universe Star Wars show with lots of humor in it. I just built this guy right here, which is a sand crawler mixed with an AT-AT.
What is that?
It's in the show.
Is
It's
that
a
custom?
beautiful abomination, and I love it. It is a custom, but I didn't like. It's not my source material. It's from the
No.
show.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see that video.
Dude, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that show's awesome. Have you seen it?
Of course, the
Yeah,
second
you've
it
seen
came
it.
out, it's so
I
good.
remember you made videos on it. Yeah. Oh my god, I love it. So I recommend watching my video on this because it's just kind of funny. Yeah, this thing also technically, like in the show, it has thrusters in the legs, so the AT-AT like sandcrawler can fly off into hyperspace and everything. It's hilarious. So yeah, this guy doesn't have those, but I did just build the body.
That's
So got that.
awesome. So for you guys watching, go subscribe to our channel. I'm gonna put the link down in the description. But Nikki, thank you so much for coming back on. It's been a blast.
Thank you. Yes, it's been really fun.
Yes, and that'll be it for this episode, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.